Hey guys, welcome back. Anybody see that red Porsche? Oh, that's right, it's gone. It's because we took it to the scrapyard. If you saw the previous video, you should check it out on how to cut up a car. Specifically, we did a Porsche Boxster once you're done parting it out. Then we had it all cut up and set out on the garage floor, ready to go. So, if like a lot of us, your mother-in-law's probably already spent a lot of time fussing about how you have cut up car sections in your garage, and your wife or your girlfriend's getting a little upset about it, then it might be time to take to the scrapyard. Besides, it's a great excuse to go ahead and get it out so you get another car in. If you're like me, you probably have another one already purchased and waiting outside. So hopefully it doesn't look too bad, or if it's wrecked, you've got it under a cover so your neighbors don't stop, asking questions. Nobody likes an angry HOA. So anyways, that's what this video is going to be about. We're going to show you how to take your cut up car, load it up on a trailer like this, and take it to the scrapyard. One more thing. So a lot of these junkyards, scrapyards, metal recycling facilities are sometimes a little bit sketchy. So before you go, make sure you've got proper clothing and you're ready for an interesting sight or two. Also, be careful and pay attention to what you're doing. As you'll see in this video, it's always good to have your wits about you when you're dropping off scrap metal.
So here's when it's nice to have some buddies to help out. As you can see here, I had 4 buddies. This happens to be around New Year's, so a little bit of beer was involved, and it was just that much easier to get everybody to help. But you can really do this quite easily with 2 people. It depends on your exact configuration you're loading everything up into. But you can see here, it's not too hard, especially with a Boxster or 911. They're pretty light cars, so just get into fourths and you could load it up into the trailer. You could, probably 4 people, just load up a whole car into a flatbed if you had that too.
Although some people do collect scrap to make extra money on the side, right now, with the current prices, it's not really all that worth your time and effort unless you just really just trying to hook it up with a little extra currency on the side. So the reason why we're doing this is because when we part out this Boxster or most of the other cars, we basically are getting all the parts off the car, which leaves things like the suspension, the hubs, the wheels off the car so we can sell them. So it's extremely more difficult than otherwise to go ahead and pick it up for, say, a local junkyard. Normally, if you had a complete car or even a rolling chassis, most local yards will come pick up the car for free. But this isn't the case, so basically our only option is to take it either whole or in pieces for salvage. In this case, this car was a certificate of destruction in Florida. I bought it at auction. It's a nice low mileage car, but it sustained a pretty nasty wreck, which is pretty much all the cars we part out. So we had to go ahead and cut it up. You might not have to do this. If you've got a full-on car trailer at easy access and come up with, say, something like some sort of dolly you can bolt to your own car, or possibly even some furniture dollies, maybe you could just kind of figure out a way with a winch to roll it on there. But I don't have that at the moment. I'm working on getting something to come up with a little bit easier way to do it than this so I can drop off. It's always a good idea when you're dropping off your scrap to have proper safety gear. I enlisted my good buddy of mine. Sometimes the scrap yards have somebody that can help you out or a forklift, but a lot of times they're not quite as careful with your trailer as you and a friend might be. So in this case, we've got a couple pairs of safety glasses. It's always very important. And a few sets of heavy-duty leather gloves. You don't need these. You can rock the 9mm or maybe 7 if you're really brave gloves if you want. Those should protect you from most glass, but just remember, the cut-up car is going to have sharp pieces of metal, lots of glass, and lots of other pointy objects, just like any section of cut-up metal. So it makes it a little bit easier on your hands to have the right stuff, and you definitely want safety glasses just in case anything goes wrong. Also, not sure how easy it is to see it back there, but I've got a standard, maybe larger size utility trailer. Works great. If you're in a bind, you can also load up the sections into the back of a full-size pickup truck. You're just usually going to. So this is the excitement that is the scrap heap. It's very important to watch yourself when you're doing all this and not be filming video. So you do have to have some basic trailer skills when you're cruising around these places. So if you don't, the big bag have a buddy come with you. This is how we're gonna do it. Yeah, it's power right there. Power. Right off the trailer. Nice.
Well, that makes it easy.
Beast mode. Don't even need a buddy for this one. That's how it's done.
All right, Sid. What else?
All right, so that's the exciting process of dropping off the scrap at the scrap yard. It's a pretty scenic place. Recommend coming here possibly on your 2nd or 3rd anniversary. You might need to go to the larger city scrap yard on, your 1st, 5th, or 10th anniversary. This is a little bit more low-key, but I'm sure your wife will be impressed. Don't forget to bring the safety gear for her so she can jump in and participate. All right, let's see it pull up on the scale. And as soon as we get the truck totally on the scale, we just park it. They get a weight on us, and we go in to get paid. Our not-so-king's ransom. So here it is. King's ransom. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Very nice, guys. Totally not worth your time. But hey, if you've got a lightweight car, you can't expect too much. Scrap rates are pretty bad right now. But Porsche Boxster scrapped out, you're only looking at about 800 pounds. So that's that, but we got it onto our garage, so now we can move on to our next project. Hopefully next one might be a little bit heavier, huh?